Hello and welcome to Nigeria Football ID. My name is Moxade and this is the week 16 of the EPL prediction. Every Premiership will want to win their league. We want to win their game before going to the World Cup. Absolutely. Especially Manchester City and Arsenal. They want to top the table before going to the World Cup because it gives you this kind of confidence that, you know what, I'll come back to the Premiership strong. And you don't want to go to the World Cup knowing well that some of the players could get injured and you are trailing in the table, right? So let's just go straight to the points of the EPL prediction week 16. It's Manchester City against Brentford. That's the first game. Manchester City have just lost one game this season against Liverpool. They've won all their game. I think they drew one against Newcastle United. They drew one against Aston Villa. But I think after that they've been winning all their game. In fact, even when Haaland was injured, I thought probably they're not going to win their game. They still squeezed a win out. And last week, they were just drawing after Cancelo collected a red card. I thought, okay, this is going to end in a draw. And who comes in? Your guy, Haaland. And he scored a winning penalty goal. So with Haaland coming to form now, with him fully fit against this Brentford side that have not won game in their last 5 matches, I don't see them picking a point. I don't see Brentford picking a point in this one. I see Manchester City winning this one comfortably, and I see them winning 3-1. I think Haaland will score 2, so put your money where your mouth is. The next game is Bournemouth against Everton. These are two awful sides. Bournemouth to me I think they are pretty better than Everton because at least they're scoring goals. Their last 3 matches they've led before they will lose the game. So Bournemouth against Everton, I think this one is going to be a tough one. But I think Everton have only won 1 game in their last 7. That's awful. Bournemouth, on the other hand, too, have only won 1 in their last 6. So I don't think this is going to be an easy one for them. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult one for both of them. But last season when both of them met, Bournemouth won home and away. So I think I'm going to give Bournemouth this one. I think Bournemouth have a better team. I think they're defensively they are better compared to Everton, and I think I'll give them a home advantage because they are home now. So I think they're going to win this one against Everton, and I'm going for a 2-0 win against Everton. The next one is Liverpool against Southampton. Liverpool, I think, to me, they're beginning to bounce back. Last week they won Tottenham. Southampton, on the other hand, I think they've sacked their coach now, and I think it's going to be a difficult one for whoever will be in charge of that game in Anfield. At Anfield, it's always difficult. I know there can be surprises. Leeds United did it right, okay, but I don't think this is going to happen on this Liverpool side now. And I think Liverpool are beginning to gain their confidence back. I'm going away to Tottenham and win that game. It was a very, very outstanding one, and Salah is back to form. And I don't think Liverpool would love to lose this game before going to World Cup. So I'm going for a Liverpool straight win. I'm going for a Liverpool 3-0 win at Anfield against Southampton. The next one is Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest they are in an awful situation. They've not been performing well at all in the Premiership. Crystal Palace to me are this team that they will frustrate you. They play well today, tomorrow they don't play anything. But I think this one I'm going for a draw. So I'm going for the 1-1 draw for Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. Next one is Tottenham against Leeds United. Tottenham lost against Liverpool last week. They lost their League Cup game again. Awful, right? Leeds United, on the other hand, they are not the Leeds United that we used to know. And I think this one I'm going to give it to Tottenham to be candid. I think Leeds United team are a team that are not defensively very good, and I think Tottenham are going to make sure that they defend that game very well. And I believe Conte will not want to lose this game before going to World Cup, so I think he will try as much as possible to win this game. So I'm going for a 2-0 win for Tottenham. I see they are going to play over 1.5 though. It's Leeds United, guys. The next one is West Ham against Leicester City. West Ham United. They lost against Crystal Palace last week. Crystal Palace, Olise scored such an outstanding coiler. Leicester United are back to business, guys. They won Everton comfortably last week. They won their league game to 2-0. Vardy scored a very, very beautiful goal in that league game, in that Carabao Cup. Oh my man, this is a difficult one, guys. I don't know. I feel like they might draw this game too. I feel like they might draw it. I don't know. I've picked like 2 draws now in this Premiership. You know why? Because people are preparing for World Cup. People want to be careful. You know, they want to play it safe. So I think they're going to draw again. I think West Ham Leicester United is going to end up in a draw match. Oh man, this is the game of the week. It's Newcastle United against Chelsea. Newcastle United in the best form of their life. What's his name? Miron on the best form of his life. He has scored 7 goals in his last 7 matches in the stretch. He's doing absolutely very wonderful. Chelsea, on the other hand, are just finding their feet. They're finding it absolutely very difficult. They lost against Arsenal. They played against Manchester City in the League Cup, which is Carabao Cup. They lost 2-0 again. I think Newcastle will win this one. Seriously. I think Newcastle are such a strong team. Defensively, they are outstanding. Midfield-wise, they are gelling team with Bruno Guimaraes are doing absolutely wonderful in that middle of the park, and their strikers are just doing well. Carlson have just been called. Is that his name? True. He has just been called to the World Cup squad. Willock is doing very well. Almiron is doing absolutely very well. So when you look at their attackers, man, you can't take anything from it. Even Wood that came from bench last week, 6 scored goals. So I don't know, man. I'm giving it to Newcastle, to be candid. I think Newcastle are going to win this one, and I'm going for it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Newcastle. It's Wolverhampton against Arsenal. Wolverhampton is in such an awful situation presently. In their last 5 matches, they've just won 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. Their last game, they lost against Brighton 3-2. And Arsenal are in such an outstanding form. They won their last game against Chelsea. Emphatically, they dominated the game and they won 1-0. They lost their league game anyway against Brighton. So it's going to be a very, very difficult one. But I think for Wolverhampton, it's going to be a very, very difficult one for Wolverhampton. But I think Arsenal may still pick a point in this one. Deep down, I feel like Arsenal may drop a point. But I don't know, with the kind of form that they are, I'll still give it to them, man. I'll still give it to Arsenal. So I'm giving it to Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win this game, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So I'm giving it a 1-0 game for Arsenal. All right, the next game is Brighton Albion versus Aston Villa. Ooh, man, that's going to be a tough one. Brighton in such an outstanding form. Won their game against Wolverhampton. Won their game against Arsenal. Carabao Cup against Arsenal. Aston Villa on the other side played absolutely very well against Manchester United. They played absolutely very well. Gubudibinum is back to business. Unai Emery, I think he will bring such a great experience to this Aston Villa team. And I think they're gonna. I think Aston Villa are gonna give Brighton a very, very tough time this time around. I see them playing over 1.5. In fact, I see them playing go-go in this game. Man, Brighton are such a good side, bro. They're such a good side. They played absolutely well. I think this game will end up a draw. I think it will end up in a draw. But I think they will play go-go and they will play over 1.5. That's it. Brighton and Aston Villa. I think they will play over 1.5 and they will play go-go. All right, the last game of the weekend is Fulham against Manchester United. Fulham played against Man City. They played absolutely very well, but it's Manchester City, man. They lost that game 2-1 to Manchester City. Manchester United, on the other hand, lost to Aston Villa last week. They were dominated by Aston Villa, to be candid. But I think Manchester United won 3 games before that Aston Villa game. So, but I think the tactics of Emery was way, way better than the tactics of Erik ten Hag on that particular day, and that is why Aston Villa defeated Manchester United. But Fulham are such a strong side, especially at home, and I think if they are in their own full strength, they're going to give Manchester United a tough time. But I think Manchester United will win this one. But I don't think Ten Hag want to lose this last game before going to the World Cup. So I think he's going to try as much as possible to win this one before going to the World Cup. So I'm giving it to Manchester United. And if Manchester United should go with a very, very good formation, like putting in Casemiro, Fred, and Bruno is back. So I think they're going to win this one. So I'm giving it to Manchester United win 3-1. That's it. That's it, guys. Let's go to the World Cup. And after the World Cup, we can come back for the for more prediction. But please, if this is your first time of seeing this channel, subscribe, like, and on your notification button. Want to get to 500 subscribers, and just subscribe, please. Thank you, and